Morning. I thought today we would do a journal along session about when we're halfway in the journey, what's the next thing to do. And so I'm often, when I'm doing journaling, I will write down the prompt, so we'll do that first. So what's next when we are halfway along in the journey? So often these journaling prompts are really like a metaphor. So my journey at the moment, I've been on a 28-day challenge with Larissa Russel with Creative. I will put a link in the description below. I found it really helpful, but we are on day 14, which is halfway, and the image that I'm getting is the journey I've had is I've left shore and I've gone on a boat and I'm across the big ocean, and I've got a lovely island or a lovely place I'm heading for, but I'm halfway. And so that's the kind of image I'm looking at, but you may have a different image, so you work with that. So I usually, in my journal, I just have this is what we did last time. We're on the journey. I actually like to stick another page in, but before I do that, I quite like to do a little bit of rubbings, just to give a bit of texture. So this is where I'm heading. I'm heading to this leafy green area across the other side of the ocean. So there we go. And I have left, these stencils are amazing, aren't they? I just pick them up, as we all do, from different places. But when I find out where they do come from, I will put the link in the description below. But use whatever you have. I know this is from a lady who's got a book around maps and using maps for journaling, so I know that because I actually met her. She came to New Zealand. So anyway, there's where I've left, which is like a busy city. Interestingly, I was born in Wimbledon in London, and I do have a bit of an affinity with the River Thames. And I picked this one up from an op shop, and I'm just going to very lightly create a bit of an ocean line, if you like. So I have taken the liberty of sticking this into my book now, and now we're all ready to go. I always like to just draw some lines. This is just something I like to do over the page, just sort of, especially when I've used something that's been made by somebody else. And by the way, you won't have the same images as I have, but out of your collection of stencils, you choose what fits for you. Right, and I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling now around, where I've come from and where I'm heading, and just go across the page. And now we do a blessing, and you know, what we wish for on the journey. I like to go in a different direction. Okay, and then actually now I'm going to cover this with gesso. So really, all that's underneath is kind of hidden, which is kind of how life is really, isn't it? Things are kind of hidden. You know, we don't show those kind of things, but they are working on in the background. So we semi-cover things, and interestingly, gesso can act as a bit of resist as well, which can give some interesting effects on the page, as the crayons do as well. So I've taken the liberty to go off camera, and it's now dry, and I'm going to now put some, because my journey feels like I've been across an ocean, the unknown ocean, I'm actually going to be using some paint, and I don't really mind how this goes on. It does feel sometimes like I'm in the dark a little bit, not completely knowing where I'm going. And, I suppose I've been on a while getting there, so this little river to get me there has been something that I have been working on, probably for longer than I've realised. So I have a lot of artwork, and I haven't been knowing what to do with it, and so just being able to share it on YouTube's been just kind of marvellous, really, if I'm honest. So you know, that's, so when I say I've been on the journey for a long time, that's probably what I'm meaning about that. But we all have had journeys that we're on, but sometimes we think we're on just a journey that's just started recently, but actually if you look at it, you realise it's been going on for quite some time. There we go. So, and I'm going to make this, where I've come from, a little bit purpley, I think, because, you know, I've come from a good place, a lot of knowledge and what have you, so I'm just going to make some purple there. And it has been a place of transition as well. So there you go. And I do like to take a good notice of where I'm actually heading. Is always good too. And so where I'm heading, I like to think of it as a golden place. I mean, you know, sort of golden. It's so interesting that gold can come from a little dash of yellow, a little dash of red, and then a little tiny dash of blue. You get this flare of gold. Of course it could turn very quickly to mud, but in mud, that's where gold is. I'll come back to that when it's all dry. So we've got from where we've started, and I'm on a 28-day challenge, and so I'm halfway across the ocean in my story, and I'm heading towards this very unusual, well, it looks a bit browny at the moment, but that will become quite gold, I'm sure. And of course I need a little vessel. So this was, I did a little online course just recently, and it was interesting. It was, you had to draw something or create something that you don't really like, or new materials and things. So I just received some new paints, so I had made this bit of paper just to test out. It's quite a big boat, isn't it? Let's have a look. Let's make it a little bit, because it's a big ocean. So, it does need some sails on it, doesn't it? So I've got this little boat, and then I'm going to make some sails for my little boat. This is called kite paper. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, I might draw on it first. Alright, so I'm just going to stick this on. So we know our little boat is halfway across the ocean. Looks pretty ship-shaped, doesn't it? And then we've got our little sail here that looks pretty good as well. It's a holy ship. Oh, don't want it too holy though. Seaworthy though, seaworthy. There we go. Just going to add some bits on it. There we go. So, and it does look like it's clearly heading to the new land, if you like. And I've got this lovely golden crayon here actually. So what's some words that are coming to mind here? I actually think there's words of sort of words of encouragement. Sort of like, well done, and keep going. I've realised that actually right here in the middle of this ocean there's a little island. With a little tree on it. Which is very, very good, isn't it? Maybe it's a place where I can just be provisioned just for a little while. So, which is very good, isn't it? There's a little place where I can come in and get some provisions and have a bit of a rest, which is very good. Sort of a bit of a safe harbour. And it is like a bit of a Phoenix palm there. And I can get revision. So I've actually got a nice anchor that I've put down as well. So I've just anchored, and there's a nice place to tie up, and I'm just anchored there, and yeah, so that feels quite good. A headwind. But I do also see there's this little like a little blue seabird just there in the distance with a little bit of green in his mouth. Not that I'm the arc, but there, just showing the way. So I've placed a little bird there that's there to give me some direction. And I'm also going to put in an anchor here for my little boat. And also just some words of encouragement of what I would need is words of encouragement if I was halfway on a journey. So I've got my island there, and I've got my words of encouragement there. So it's always quite good to have people on your team. I'm sure we've all got people on our team that, you know, encourages us and helps us to keep going. So, and then I was thinking about what I would really need on the journey, and I would definitely need a little map of where to next, which is always good, like a bit of a plan. And I think I would then also mark out, you know, what do I need to do. And so I sort of chalked it in, but I'm just going to do that, draw that little marking in along where things are at. And I'm seeing that there's a bit of a challenging spot there, and so on that challenging spot I am going to place a lighthouse, as you do, you know. And I don't know what a lighthouse is for you, or it could be people, or it could be resources. It's always good to put some resources on.